Hello, our topic today is dealing with people. Not just dealing with people, but dealing with difficult people. Yes, that's our topic today because it's mandatory that we understand in the world that we live in today, we're going to deal with people, whether it's at the grocery store, at work, at home. You're going to deal with some people that really become difficult to deal with. So, how do we do it? How do we manage? Well, let me tell you, at some point in our lives, we can all identify that excessive baggage that can weigh us down. And a lot of times, the people that you're dealing with have many struggles and they're carrying the baggage and a load. You may not even understand how heavy their load is. And then when they interact with you, or the heavier your load is, and then you interact and you become the difficult person because many difficult behaviors are symptoms of a deeper struggle. And we have to understand in our world today, there's so much happening and so much activity coming into you, either from the internet or from the lifestyle or from work or home or stores, money problems, social problems, personality problems, relationship problems, all that's in this luggage that weighs you down. So let's make sure that we understand that people are difficult. Many difficult behaviors are because of those deeper struggles. Avoid taking it personal. The causes could be limited, could be included of trauma, past abuse, mental illness, substance abuse disorder, stress, and anxiety, a lack of sleep or food, or distrust of authority, or feeling powerless or unheard. They may be having problems that you may not even be aware of because you may not even come from the same environment. But avoid taking difficult making it personal. Don't you make it personal if you're dealing with a person that is difficult. You don't know where they're going through. You don't know how they're responding to the pain and the conflict that they're having. So just make sure you don't take it personal on how you deal with difficult people, and don't you become the difficult person. Understand that if you have any of these limitations, these deeper struggles, that you can affect somebody else when you're talking to them or working with them or dealing with them. Why people become difficult. Let's try looking at the truth and turning these tense moments into safe and respectful communication. The truth. What is the truth? Why? Because many people are not dealing with their own truth. They're not dealing with their own truth. They're not dealing with what caused their anxiety. They haven't unpacked that luggage. The truth can be hidden and remain hidden for years. And they walk around with this much pain and luggage. And because of that, they become a difficult person. It reminds me of a jigsaw puzzle. When you have a jigsaw puzzle, in order to get to solve the puzzle, you have to put the core pieces of the puzzle together, the frame, the borders, before you can go inside. And so we all have a truth that we deal with. What created this problem? Was it childhood trauma? What is my truth? And that's what they all have to deal with. What is their truth? You don't have to be their therapist. You don't have to be their counselor. You just have to understand that each and every person comes with a baggage, and they may not have dealt with their truth. They may not have put their jigsaw puzzle together or had the services to provide for them to put it together. But I believe that a lot of times the reason why it becomes so difficult for them, they haven't dealt with their truth. And that's what's important. So you just make sure that even though you know that they haven't dealt with their truth and they're responding to their pain. And let me introduce you to Mr. Fix It All. They're Mr. Fix It All. You are not Mr. Fix It All. You are not Mrs. Fix It All. It is not your job. You are not commanded. You're not licensed. You're not the authority. Your job is to make sure that you don't create conflict. And that's what we want to talk about today. You have to respond to conflict to make sure that everything is safe. Focus on your response to the problem. Don't be part of the problem. Focus. Don't try to fix them. That is not your job. Use the I statement. I statement to reduce the blame. Ask open-end questions so that you can understand what the problem is. And then make sure that you Deal with it. No, if you cannot deal with it, then maybe a colleague or supervisor. If you're on the workforce, document it, debrief, and support each other afterwards, and prioritize safety. If something becomes threatening, then leave the environment. Make sure that you're not involved in an unsafe situation. So you keep the situation at calm. You keep it by not participating in an argument or hostile environment, but keep everybody safe because you might be dealing with a a trauma situation or a difficult person. But our goal is to de-escalate the problem. Let's recognize, understand, and respond with empathy and confidence. Let's do that. Let's stay calm, keep your composure, listen actively. Let them know that you hear them. Don't participate in the drama. If what is your truth? What is your truth? If you're in an argument with somebody, you totally disagree, you see that they are unhandled, unmanaged, and they haven't dealt with their own truth, but maybe you've dealt with your truth. Your truth would be, I don't have to participate in this argument because it's not mine. It's not mine. You haven't put your puzzle together. So you're not operating in a fix it mode. You do not have to fix everybody. So just make sure you listen attentively, give them space. Don't avoid arguing and getting defensive. Set clear, respectful limits. Offer choices to restore a sense of control. Let's talk about this later. Let's not go there. Recognize where you are, understand what you're doing, and listen. Listen, have a listening ear so that you will tell them, I hear you. I hear what you say. But don't argue. Don't become part of the problem because the goal is to escalate the pressure, staying calm under pressure because the goal is to lower the tension in the room. The goal is not to win the argument. The goal is not to fix them at this moment. There is a goal, and that is to lower the tension in the room because you're dealing with a difficult person and you don't want to be part of that difficult formula. Behavior is a signal that the difficult conduct often points to a deeper struggle. Not that they are a bad person, but know your limits. Prioritize safety, set boundaries, ask for support when needed because we need you to lead by example. Lead by example and show love to that person. Show love and compassion because in the Bible it says the greatest commandment that we would love one another. And we have to love each other and understand each other and understand that they maybe have all that luggage on them that they haven't unpacked. Have empathy for them because they haven't unpacked. And make sure that you lead with compassion for others and stay composed because God is the one that will take control and set everything straight. It is not your job to fix them. Your job is to fix you. What part you play in the argument? What part have you done? Did you lead by example? That if you're walking around as a Christian and yet you're having a one-on-one argument with somebody that's already difficult, now you become part of being a difficult person. That is not our goal here. Our goal is to calm the situation, to stabilize the environment, and not to fix them, but to fix yourself. Why did you participate? Let's fix yourself in this argument. You cannot win every battle because we have unsolved mysteries that still baffle us today. And those unsolved mysteries is that what is their truth? What is your truth? Work on your own self and your own soul salvation and love one another. That's what's important. While they're getting their healing, if they never get their healing, have empathy. Empathy means that you understand that they haven't reached that point yet. And guess what? It's okay because one day you continue to pray for that person and one day they'll have it together. One day they'll fix it. So I thank you so much. Please leave us a comment, like, and subscribe. And remember, God uses ordinary people to do extraordinary things. I thank you so very much for participating and understanding difficult people. My name is Dr. Yolonda Young Simmons, and I thank you for allowing me to service you today. Have a great and wonderful day.